Without that restart, we'll be able to get to the game underway. Remember, winner of this goes grand final. Loser will go to their third place final. And this is surely going to be a match that both teams want to win.
So once again, we've got on the Revolution side, there's 4 body armors and no utility for JBK yet. So obviously maybe just trying to save a little bit of money here. And because normally whenever teams have bought 4 body armor, there's usually been that utility player as well. So interesting scenes coming as they do start to stack up towards A main, and that smoke is going to come over, and A side appears to be the plan.
Well, they've managed to get in towards the site with Rambutan being overlooked from SL. He's found himself a collection of 2. He gets taken out by PP Overdose in the end. An advantage equalized now. As MiTH.Maple still wanting to get that bomb planted down. It needs to be retrieved first. There's a little bit of a flank coming down from T from Ivy, and he finds the nice swift one-tap on towards Leaf. Now, PP Overdose charged in 1 versus 2 with still over a minute on the clock.
Plenty of time for him to kind of do anything he wants, but obviously Fog is aware that he can go over towards B, and Fog is playing that very loose position to early rotate, as he does know its bomb will now be planted by PP Overdose, and as we said before, 1v2 situation, and it's got a lot of work to do.
Well, PP Overdose is just going to be sitting at the back of the bomb train at default. He spots out the information onto Fog, who's going to elevate himself on towards the site. T might fall here. He does as well, but Fog, he's been... Oh, he made a step as well, and that's the insight for PP Overdose, just to turn tail and run. Smoke will mask his vision as well. Bouncing around, being unpredictable with just 10 points of health. He might look to fall quite quickly here, but he's been overlooked, and Fog will find the frag in the end. No kit though, and the round will be going over to MiTH.Maple. My oh my. PP Overdose, it could have gone a different way.
Yeah, beautifully played there for PP Overdose. Obviously, that decoy had Fog in 6s and 7s. You could clearly see that Fog didn't realize it was a decoy, and he was reacting to the bullet shots, but PP Overdose able to sneak out behind him, and in the end, Maple going to come away with the first round win and start things off strongly now.
A bit of a grenade stack towards T-Con, and it's going to just miss its mark a little bit, it seems. PP Overdose want to farm some frags with this Mac-10. His teammates already in toward the bomb site as well. It's going to be down to Fog and T, but Fog is taken out quite shortly. T already good for 1 frag, but Niffy at distance taking him out. MiTH.Maple making quick work of the Revolution players. That's round number 2 on the board for MiTH.Maple. They will look to upgrade towards a couple of the rifles now, though, as Revolution are purchasing up rifles of their own.
Started very quickly and ended even quicker there for Revolution, as Maple able to get that second round on the board, and PP Overdose already up to 5 frags as well, and he's got absolutely loaded with money, and it's definitely going to help that long range sort of players. Obviously, getting off to a good T start is exactly what you want if you're Maple.
And PP Overdose once again already threw Olaf. He's cleared out Sandwich, but he doesn't exactly know that T is sitting on top of the green train, and well, he'll get taken out because of it as well. Rambutan sitting in toward SL. He's upgraded the Galil to the M4. It would seem transitioning back is the right option. 2-man advantage for Revolution as they look hungry to get a round on the board. And if he needs to clear all of these angles with his teammate in reality, who is down on a Mac-10 at the moment as well, so he will be rotating around to Ivy, where there is no CT presence, which is good to see, though Rambutan is starting to make his way up through Kitchen. If he walks down toward the spawn area, he may be able to find them and catch them off guard if he looks down towards Ivy. It's going to be good timing, though, for MiTH.Maple, and they have managed to sneak in. So Rambutan would have communicated to his teammates that they can either be in T-Con or wrapping around through Ivy, and as soon as they make their presence known, you would expect the Revolution players to start to rotate around.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an explosion is going to be needed here from Maple if they are going to be able to secure this out, but Fog's in a beautiful position, and he's going to be able to take down reality, and Niffy will surely follow afterwards, and that is going to be the first round on the board for Revolution now, as they look to stake their claim into bringing on this to the 16 rounds and basically winning 2-1 in this series.
That is the all-important goal, isn't it? 2-1 in the series to send yourself into the grand final against Bren. Saw them win previously today, 2-0. Range of M4s for Revolution. It's looking like MiTH.Maple want to take it straight down towards B, at least in terms of Leaf as well. He's cordoned off a little bit of utility from Revolution. See that Ramberton is just sitting comfortably in SL as well. No one's spotting him out just yet. Putting out the feelers, MiTH.Maple are right now, just to see if they can really figure out what Revolution's defenses are like right now and force them to use their utility to keep at bay.
Speaking of utility, we do start to see a little bit of coming out, as obviously Reality is looking to throw a smoke over on the A site, and he's not quite sure exactly where he wants to throw it though, and has finally thrown it, and it does look like the A site may be the hit here. Everyone is kind of starting to line up together and just trying to spray through and do a little bit of damage before entering out.
Well, PP Overdose currently smoked out through Ivy as Niffy challenging a fight with T out through the back of the green train. PP Overdose has revealed his position as well, and now T is stuck in hell right now. Kun able to find a frag onto Reality, a missed timing, a missed opportunity for T as he is taken down. Leaf able to pick up one as well. Last ball in the chamber though. Ramberton able to find one for himself, trying to escape. It does push him to the last one alive. In a 1 versus 3, he's taken out in the end as well. And MiTH.Maple shut down the purchase of Revolution.
A nice little shot there from Niffy to end off that round, and obviously starting to get things back. Obviously, they did lose the round before, and winning that third round is definitely what they'll be wanting. Every round is crucial when you're on the T side, and if they can get anywhere up to about 7 rounds on this T half, they'll be absolutely laughing as they head into the second half, and definitely in a good position to close out this map.
JBK, good for 1 over in the brown holes, while the remaining MiTH.Maple players, sorry, push out in towards the bomb site of B. The bomb is down. These pistols certainly putting in the damage for Revolution, and has put it into a 2 versus 2, which I don't believe MiTH.Maple would have been expecting whatsoever. Reality has managed to sneak his way in towards T spawn, and he can go for a riping flank right now. You'll be hearing this information. The sound cues caught 3 bullets in his CZ. 75 could have taken out Reality, but it won't be able to now. Ramberton may be able to hear the footsteps of Just Cause. He does hear it, and he can't deny it either. If it was an AK, he would have been able to. But the M4 cannot do 100 in 1 against an armored helmet opponent. So MiTH.Maple win the round.
Very scary signs for both teams there, with Maple albeit lucky to be able to come away with that 4th round, and obviously we are going to see a bit of a save coming out here from Revolution with just a couple of P250s, the Desert Eagle, and a couple of nades to support as well, so definitely keep an eye on where those nades are going, otherwise it's full buy for Maple now, and interesting times ahead in this round.
Pistols for Revolution, and they are definitely putting in the damage once again. They've got the man advantage coming into the 6th round. Fog playing with Just Cause over on the B bomb site. You can also see that Niffy is challenging and facing down 2 players out through towards Ivy. He comes on top of 1. And look at this flank coming in from Ramberton as well. This could be really big right now. They are looking at his position, and they catch him off guard as well. Fog and Kun, the last 2 alive, but it's looking like the rotation wants to come back around toward the A bomb site for the MiTH.Maple players. The bomb will need to be recovered as Just Cause manages to take out Kun, just leaving down to Fog, taking out Reality and upgrade to the AK, but he can't escape to get it as Just Cause is already there to send him to the grave. 5 on the board for MiTH.Maple now. Angus, hello, how you doing? And MiTH.Maple, yeah, another round to their name.
Already this map's starting to shape up quite a lot like we saw on Mirage before, with Maple getting out to a commanding T-side lead, and really is trying to stamp their claim on the map here. So definitely exciting stuff as we've got lots of M4s in the AWP in the hands of Revolution and AKs across the board, except for the Krieg in the hands of Overdose for Maple. So B-site getting a lot of attention at the moment, but very unclear as to exactly where Maple were wanting to take this bomb in the end.
What is the standard set of utility coming out from MiTH.Maple, from Reality over at Ivy? So could it look to send that bomb over towards the A bomb site, but with where the players of Just Cause and Leaf currently are sitting, it might spell something different. The AWP on Fog is lined down towards the position where Just Cause is currently laying in wait. So he will have to be very careful to not be caught. You would generally see the smokes being thrown, and there it is as well. The smoke being thrown to cover the vision from the AWPer in the connector. And with another smoke being dropped down to Fog's position, he's blinded off, he misses his mark, and he pays the price because of it. Now that he's starting to come out in towards this B bomb site. Getting the plant on down, charges a retake scenario for the Revolution players. Ramsey and Kuhn, they might even just argue to hold a save out now as they both do fall. And if you Overdose, taking them out in very quick succession. The 6th on the board for MiTH.Maple. Money not there for Revolution. You'd expect a bit of a half buy to come out right now.
Yeah, absolutely. With that kind of money, you definitely wouldn't have been wanting to do anything more than a half buy. May even see the full save, as we do see a couple upgraded pistols and maybe a little bit of utility and armor coming out for Revolution now. But incredibly clean round there for Maple, as they had Reality lurking around as well, and he was ready to pick up anyone else, but almost no damage being done to Maple. And if you're Revolution right now, you've got to be wondering what's going on and what can you do to bring this map back in your favor.
I think right now it would be hit your shots for Revolution. They just seemingly have been missing a lot of their shots, as just seen by Jay. Fog now the last one alive in a 1 versus 3. Nippy is quite low, Just Cause as well. He could find them with the P250 in the M's. That incendiary isn't going to tag him down. Leaf will be there for the finisher though. All 5 alive for MiTH.Maple. Look, it was a bit of a giving round to the T's as well, because there's no weaponry in the hands of Revolution. Now they'll be able to purchase up the rifles, the AWP as well. But I will have to say, Revolution needs to change up what they're doing, because MiTH.Maple are just stealing away this map.
Absolutely, and ultimately they're stealing this tournament away from them. Revolution were looking incredibly promising over on Inferno, and all of a sudden, ever since Inferno, we just haven't seen that fire inside of them. No pun intended, obviously.
A little bit of action happening out towards the A bomb site, and over towards B as well, as Fog has his head ripped off. Bomb being planted down nice and quick for MiTH.Maple, leading in for the retake scenario. T Kun, JBK might even be the save call, but Just Cause is going to be chasing the AWPer, and T take it out of his hands. Kun is laying close in proximity, which is able to get the refrag there. AK thrown over towards J, but he won't opt to take it. They want the AWP in toward the next round. I think at this point, MiTH.Maple, yes, they have the money to try and go for the hunt, of course. But with 2 alive, it's a bit difficult to try and take these weapons out of their hands. So they might just look to keep it over as a save right now. Especially Kun, JBK, they want to save these rifles in toward the next round to better help themselves, because they can no longer win out this half. Kun will miss a shot onto Leaf. That's what I mean as well. They need to hit their shots. And a timeout will come out from Revolution.
So what do you think they're talking about right now, Komodo?
Do something different. It's not working.
And
I think would be the generic thing to say.
Either way, they're going to need to definitely be thinking of something, because whatever they're doing at the moment definitely is not working for them. And only 1 round on the board, and that was so many rounds ago.
Yeah. We'll bring up the scoreboard right now. You can have a look at just how these rounds have been won. You can see that there's been 2 in a row for MiTH.Maple, then 1 for Revolution, and then it's just been, you know, the MiTH.Maple show. 6 consecutive rounds, 1 bomb explosion, the rest of them were just eliminations. So with this new round coming back into light, we will be seeing the purchase up from both of these teams. AWP in the hands of T as well. That'll be positioned down through Ivy. I would like to see him go through Ivy with a teammate, get really aggressive, and try to get a good opener. You just see the hand as well. Picked out for T. He does manage to find the kill on PP Overdose, though. And that is finally a good start for Revolution. They just needed a timeout to start hitting their shots.
Absolutely, as we do see Niffy. He's just climbing up on the ladder, hoping to see what he can spot, but at great risk of getting his head taken off himself.
Well, JBK is able to find a frag as well. Niffy has snuck his way in towards the site, though. No one's really seen him yet. The bomb is in a recoverable position, but Niffy is the last one alive in a 1 versus 5. This is a Mount Everest of a task right now. They do have the money to come into the next round with a full comfortable purchase as well. So Niffy right now, it'll just be about the damage that he can do to the CT side economy. Take some weapons out of their hands, force them into a lesser weapon in the next round. He may be able to find JBK here. You'll be expecting the peek, and he will take his head off as well, but will he be seeing Fog so close in the connector position as well? The smoke might insinuate that Niffy needs to go to a different line of sight. The AWP missing from T. But it will claim its frag in the end, or claim its prize, rather. Revolution, another round on the board.
And I believe Niffy really didn't care if he died there. He was probably looking to actually get killed before the timer, as he obviously hoping to do as much damage to the Maple economy, sorry, the Revolution economy there, as Revolution finally able to get their second round on the board and hopefully be able to start stringing some round wins together here and at least actually putting up a bit of a fight in this third map here. It's whatever they spoke about in that timeout as well finally did start to work, and let's see if they can replicate it this time or if it was just a fluke.
For some reason we're missing out on a lot of these sound cues. It seems like the GTVs are a tad delayed, but you know, it is what it is. Reality and Just Cause, or make that Just Cause the last one alive. He's up on top of SL. This is finally Revolution starting to feel this map out. They've survived with all 5 alive, but they will be facing up against another purchase from MiTH.Maple. And look, if we argue about it, that it's probably taken MiTH.Maple, you know, it's probably taken Revolution a while to gather, you know, the momentum that they need in this game. But if you look in terms of kills and everything, they've been able to take MiTH.Maple down to some low numbers quite significantly.
To do see finally they've got their third round on the board, and definitely still not enough rounds. The Reality does get a nice little kill onto JKB there, and finally we are maybe going to see Maple taking things back into hand and able to get their ninth round on the board potentially.
It seems like Just Cause been able to pull a couple of these CTs away from the A side as his teammates are looking to go through Ivy. Though T is still interested with the AWP. It's not really the weapon that you want in the close proximity action right now. He'll be communicating this to his teammates that they're throwing a range of utility around as well. And you can just see that with Kun being in SL, he'll be able to hopefully lock down the play of Just Cause coming on out. But the play is happening from T over at Ivy, and he misses out on the AWP shot as well. 55 seconds, and MiTH.Maple have a line of sight onto the A bomb site.
We do see the bomb finally going to be able to get a chance to be planted in a moment, as we do see T Summer does get the kill on delay. But a 2v3 scenario, and things definitely not looking easy for Fog here, as he does jump down, gets a beautiful drop shot onto Just Cause, and that's the way to start this, to bring it back to a 2-on-2.
Yeah, well, Reality expecting Fog to do the challenge. T not there to assist him, but he does manage to take out Niffy. Switch to the AK to try and challenge the fight against Reality. Spots him out, and Reality misses the AWP shot as well. T a little bit slow on the upkeep to retrace that. He gets legged down by the AWP as well, I think, and then he gets finished off in the end. So Reality does manage to find the frag and close it on out. And yeah, the GoTV seemingly is a little bit slow. I could try and retry the connection to the server as well, guys. We've been sitting in it the whole time. We haven't exited since the first one because of the map's just changing. So I might look to do that at the half. But at least for now, you know, MiTH.Maple, they're definitely finding out these rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And Revolution need to figure out exactly what they can do, and they need to try and finish this half as strong as they can. right now they clearly haven't done enough and need to figure it out very fast because this half is almost over.
Well, Revolution have got some members in to T main, getting some forward map control, which is always good to see. T line of sight with his AWP down Ivy. Information spotted on out, going for the re-challenge as well. The scope should have been heard, and the challenge there for Niffy, but he doesn't reign on top. T still trying to hold off the aggression from PP Overdose at Ivy, but he will opt to fall back. PP Overdose would be quite cool if he sneaks through this smoke and gets a good wrap down through toward the back of the CT lane. There is some action happening over at B right now, though, as Leaf is there for the opener. Rambutan needs to be quite careful. He will call for the assistance of his teammates, but Leaf is just holding W right now, it would seem. Rambutan getting taken out as well. Leaf on fire in this round. He's found 3, leading it to JBK and Kun from the opposition to see what they may be able to scramble back.
It's reality. Just missing the elbow of the CT player there, and unlucky not to do so, as that would have brought it into a 3-on-1 situation. Bomb hasn't gone down yet. It's reality. Does finally manage to find Kun, and JKB is able to finish him off, and that is going to be the 10th round on the board for Maple now, and absolutely horrible signs if you're a Revolution fan at the moment.
Yeah, Leaf getting a 4K in the back of that round, just really putting in the hard yards. Finding all the frags. It's 10-3. The T side of Train for MiTH.Maple. You know, Train's usually one of those maps that you see more rounds on the CT side, but it's not the case right now. Revolution really able to just steal away a whole bunch as we do transition into the last round for this half. Or after this one, rather. The best opportunity will be a 10-5 for Revolution, but for now, Niffy starting things off. JBK is down.
Reality also going to get taken down there by Kun, and Just Cause gets taken down, and this is a much better start to the round for Revolution. Already managing to bring this to a 4v3 situation, and probably one of their better chances of winning a round they've had in a little while.
Leaf has managed to put himself down toward the B bomb side, and he will take a fight against T. And he will lose his life because of it as well. I do like to see that Kun is so far up in towards team main. He may be able to catch off Niffy, because Niffy will be scoped in with the AWP eventually. Or he'll have to go through a no-scope. So will he be clearing out this corner? Will he be suspecting Kun to be here? It's looking like he wants to see the aim, and he wants to put him out and get the quick scope. Kun's face is absolutely taking 441 damage from an AWP straight into the dome. Rambutan, his feet will be seeing PP Overdose, leading Niffy into a 3-versus-1 with that AWP. And it is going to be quite tricky for him to find this round win for his team. So he might be suspecting the next round will be the one where MiTH.Maple will try to find round number 11. Because at least for now, it's 4 for Revolution.
Yeah, much better there from Revolution. Finally starting to string some rounds, but I'm starting to wonder if it's too little too late. The CT side, you know, typically is the strongest side on Train here, and depending on how good Maple's CT side is, it could be over very shortly.
Grand finals after this place. Yeah, last round for this half. Revolution, of course, want to try and find 5 on the board. And once again, there is a bit of aggression coming out. Kun is already in SL. I'd like to see T push down Ivy, sorry, because he's only got a UMP. He doesn't really have a weapon that can challenge at the long distance, so he needs to bring it into the close quarters combat. But over at the B-bomb site, some utility starting to be deployed. Fog on the AWP is good for 1 on reality. You can find a second one here as PP Overdose finds JBK. The bomb being planted down will turn us into an after-plant scenario so quickly, but there's still members of the T side over on the A-bomb side as well. Up in top of heaven, Just Cause will be missing out at Desert Eagle. And it's raining a little bit awkward right now for MiTH.Maple. There's someone on the bomb. It's Fog defusing. Can Niffy deny the defuse? Yes, he can. That's going to leave a little bit more time, and the players that are not on the bomb site itself, or near the bomb rather, are so far back at the site. It's T and a 2-versus-1. Now turned 1-versus-1, 9 points of HP. It should be Niffy finding this round, and he will indeed. 11 on the board for MiTH.Maple, 4 for Revolution, and that will be the halftime scoreline. Guys, I am just going to quickly switch back to our cameras right now as well, because I'm just going to retry the server just to make sure it, you know, can hopefully fix those little delayed issues. Hopefully it does.
It still is, the GoTV issue, unfortunately.
By the way, Lace, the stream crashed an hour and a half ago, so it's actually been live for nearly 6 hours. Nearly 6. Alright, we're getting the retry on forward, and we might just miss a nick of the pistol, but hopefully not. It'll be better for you guys as well if we get rid of that GoTV lag. Okay, so here we go. We're back into it, guys.
We do have the pistol round underway now, just the smoke and 2 flashes coming for Rambutan, as it does look like B site is where they want to take the bomb for Revolution. Revolution really needing to string some rounds together if they're going to have any chance of making this grand final today.
Yeah, well, their opening choice is towards the B bomb site. Lacer was 9 hours yesterday. Big dink coming out from JBK already, and he will actually transition to still find the frag. A second one onto Leaf as well. Niffy taken out by Fog, and Elisa just down to PP Overdose and a Just Cause. Not able to do one for himself though. Just Cause, the ladder member, last life dink down already. This is looking very good for Revolution, and Just Cause knows it as well. 2 points of HP. He doesn't want to get knifed here, and he can't even find the frag. Oh, actually, yes, he does. It gets stolen. JBK to close it, and unfortunately it looks like the a little bit of the GoTV death notice glitch is still there, so I apologize for that. I can't fix that. I have tried to retry it. We'll just have to sit and watch the game.
Revolution couldn't have asked for a better start for this T half, as they do pick up the first round. Ultimately, they're going to need a lot more rounds if they're going to have any chance of winning this one, but 5th round on the board, that's a start, and can have a lot of confidence going into this next round.
Niffy, not able to find a 1D. He'll have his head taken off as the T's are out on the bomb side already. PP Overdose is good for 1. Leaf and Just Cause the last 2 alive, and they're putting in the work, and Leaf, he had the information on where T was, but he couldn't transition his aim in time. 8 HP. T survives with, and it's another round on the board for Revolution. It seems that they're doing what MiTH.Maple did earlier. Just take it straight, take it fast, and catch them off guard. But it won't work anymore because, MiTH.Maple will surely catch on, right?
And obviously with Maple having to force buy into that last round, we are seeing the full save here with just a couple P250s in the desert and that grenade on the hands of Leaf, but good positioning here. Does manage to see them take the first kill, but that's all they're going to be getting at the moment.
Fog gets the final kill onto Just Cause as well. So it's a 4 rounds deficit now for Revolution. We will be seeing the purchase up from MiTH.Maple. AWP in the hands of Reality. The remainder of his squad all having the M4s. A lot of utility behind themselves as well. So it is a big purchase to come out from the CTs. And they are facing up against the big purchase of a Revolution right now, who do seemingly have their train on the right tracks.
I would have to say this is probably the most critical round of the match so far, as the early kill onto Nifty comes out, and that's going to help Maple Revolution, as the A-site execute is in full flight now.
Players very low. Reality missing out an AWP shot, not what you really want to see, and he gets taken down in the end as well. Leaf, the last one alive. M4 in hand. Bomb is planted. Yeah, it does seem like the GoTV is very delayed right now. The audio cues. Leaf is the last one alive. With M4 in hand. He's flashbang. It's a kill. On towards T. The D-Law is picked up as well, and he can't quite get the flick out. And he gets domed as well by Fog. So, an 8th on the board for Revolution.
Slowly but surely, Revolution starting to climb things back, and all of a sudden what seemed like an absolute mountain is just beginning to be just that little bit of a molehill. And if Maple aren't careful, all of a sudden we're going to see things back level again, and I definitely think we've got a bit of a game on our hands.
steamroll happening out through Ivy as they manage to have an opener for 2. Rambutan lurking around the brown holes. But it is looking like Leaf can't make work of that Desert Eagle down towards CT spawn. It's going to be on a Niffy and PP Overdose to see what they may be able to bring to the table right now for the MiTH.Maple side of things. JBK going to be good for the frag on a Niffy. And it does just leave PP Overdose playing from E-Box now, revealing his position as well. And he's going to get double peaked. He needs to be able to find the low HP player in Kun, but he's going to get caught off guard by JBK. Gets a bit of damage out, but the round is ultimately won by Revolution. Now 2 rounds behind, coming into a purchase from MiTH.Maple, and I think it would kind of be funny if MiTH.Maple start to gather some rounds from here, letting Revolution creep up a little bit, but then taking it away.
That would be absolutely excruciating if you're part of Revolution there. They're so close that they can taste it, but they can't stop now. They've still got plenty to go. They're still 2 rounds behind, and not only have they got to get those 2 rounds, they've then got to find another 7 rounds on top of this if they're going to have any chance of making it to the grand final. You do see teams just starting to feel each other around a little bit and hovering around the brown holes area, potentially looking to take things over towards the B side at the moment.
Towards B, it is looking to go, isn't it? You got 4 members of Revolution lurking around the holes, and then just 1 sitting back. No member of MiTH.Maple really putting up a big challenge right now. They don't have the utility to do so, where Revolution do. You know, they could even throw a fake towards the B-bomb side if they want right now, wrap around to the A site. So it's probably not going to be the turnout. It's probably going to be all into the B-bomb site right now as Leaf takes the first challenge. T down to 16. PP Overdose. He doesn't really need to reveal himself right now as Leaf has found 1, but PP Overdose does chime in for 1 of his own. 3 versus 3 with Leaf down 2 HP. And JBK able to find another frag in the mix. It's down to Just Cause and Reality to see what they're going to be able to bring back. The vertical flick not there for Reality. Fog finds Just Cause. Reality, last one alive. He gets the frag onto JBK. And in this 1 versus 2 and no kid, it might be smarter for Reality to save.
Doesn't appear he did want to, but now he is finally giving up here. Definitely wanted to see if he could get that pick, and I'd be very curious to know if he was actually planning on going for the defuse if he did get that final frag. Either way, that is going to be round number 10 on the board here for Revolution. Only 1 round behind now, and what seemed to be such a big challenge for them has been seemingly pretty easy so far. 6 rounds in a row on the T side and making it look very easy, and Maple need to be very careful, and they need to figure out what's potentially even after this round taking a timeout to just figure out what's going on, collect themselves and realize how they're going to win.
Yeah, I think the timeout would be the best option right now for MiTH.Maple. They've almost given away so many rounds to Revolution right now, but it is at least good to see that Reality and Niffy are finding a couple of frags apiece. Trade frag is out for Rambutan, looking to extend that onto a couple of more. The leg comes out from Reality on towards Rambutan, but only before Fog would take him out, and now it does look to be a little bit awkward for MiTH.Maple as Revolution are seemingly in towards the bomb site, looking to get that bomb planted, and Leaf looking for a challenge gets taken down as well. So we are seeing even Stevens 11-11. A purchase coming out for MiTH.Maple though, and Revolution. They are just on a roll right now. They've brought it back.
And I don't think anyone really expected this. Obviously, right at the very top of the map, we did say that we expected this to be a very 50-50 contest, but it hasn't so much as been a 50-50 contest. This has been completely one-sided, and then it's been completely one-sided to the other team. So, very interesting times here and worrying signs if you are playing for Maple here.
Or if you're just a Maple fan as well, and you want to see them get into the grand final against Brand. No, they were off to a stellar start in this map. You know, they lost the first game, or the first map of the series rather, in Inferno. Then they were able to win their own in Mirage. Now they're into map 3 where they had a big lead, and it's kind of just slipped away. So, yeah, very awkward for MiTH.Maple right now.
Definitely pretty heartbreaking as well. Like, they put so much effort into winning that first map and just unable to close it off at the moment. So, definitely need to figure out what they can do differently here, because whatever they've been definitely has not been working for them.
And we'll see Reality open up and followed by Leaf for one as well. Hasn't spotted out Rambutan just yet. Has dropped down from the upper railings. I think his position's been known as well. Leaf on 1 HP, able to decapitate him. And, well, that's finally another round on the board for MiTH.Maple. But the question is it too little too late? Because Revolution have a lot of money behind themselves. We can't really see the same for MiTH.Maple.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. And just losing this round for MiTH.Maple will mean that they're instantly going to be back onto an eco round. You would assume the loss bonus will go back up to full, and Leaf does have plenty of money, so maybe even just a half buy there. But straight away, Fog destroying the head of Reality.
Got the wallbang.
I think that, yeah, absolutely insane stuff there.
That's why Auto Director is bad, because it doesn't get the kill.
We do see a few players getting taken down by the Molly, and Rambutan, he's sitting only on 24 HP at the moment, but Just Cause as well for the CT side, he's on 9, so plenty of damage being, but who can actually execute on here, as it does look like A site is going to be the go, but when exactly do they put? Waits to be seen.
Yeah, PP Overdose needs to be careful here as well. Rambutan is coming in from Ivy, and PP Overdose is off the line of sight, so a single miss and he will fall, but it's not going to be the case because he finds the frag. Just Cause is good for 1 as well, but over toward the A-bomb site, JBK is making a statement. He's found himself 2. He knows where PP Overdose is as well. Leaf is yet to be seen coming in from Connector. I believe that footstep may have been heard from the scoping Fog as well. It actually hasn't, so Leaf finds 1. Information onto T as well. I believe that might have even been just a team shot coming out there from PP Overdose, being a little bit overzealous. That he actually does manage to get the quick scope onto JBK. Leave for T, the last one alive, not aware that Leaf is so close. And the bomb can be safely defused. Another round going in favor for MiTH.Maple. And signs are starting to look good for them once again.
Yeah, and you were talking about before when you mentioned Maple, you know, letting them get 2 rounds close and then potentially close. But what would be even worse is Maple have let them get right back to even, and all of it, they're starting to make Revolution have to work for this. They've strung 2 rounds, and all of a sudden that uphill just starting to become increasingly evident again for Revolution, and whatever they were doing, they need to figure out how to fix it and get Maple back on the back foot again so they can tie things up and not allow Maple to get any more rounds.
Well, it's a heavy amount of utility already been deployed out towards Ivy by MiTH.Maple. You can just see how scarce the remaining utility is. A couple of flashbangs now, and Incendiary used. Smoke as well from PP Overdose over in towards T main. Just try and get himself this information. He will get the information that no one's there, but at what cost? Everything is transitioning over towards B right now for Revolution. These footsteps will be heard by Leaf. An opener by Fog though onto Reality. Leaf really needs to hold his cards right now. He needs to not release too early. He needs to find a couple of these frags. The first one is good onto Rambutan, but he's not expecting them to already be out through towards the B ramp as well, and pushing with aggression. Here's T, trying to close out the round. It's Niffy and PP Overdose, the last 2 alive, and he gets decapitated. JBK and Fog, they now need to chime into the equation. The bomb is down, so at least they have that in their favor. But with the kits in the hands of the CTs, they are definitely going in for this retake.
We do see Fog getting taken down there in the 1v1. He was able to deny the first, but unfortunately Niffy will have a kit in hand, and no sweat there as it is going to be Maple getting the 14th round on the board and extending it to 3 rounds in a row now. Better late than never, I guess, after letting Revolution get so close and all of a sudden, slowly but surely, tearing it away out of their hands. Revolution, they had their best chance yet in a while to pick up a round and unfortunately couldn't capitalize on it, and they're in trouble.
Definitely. Yeah, any mistake right now from Revolution will cause a bit of devastation, with MiTH.Maple 1 round away from securing overtime and 1 after the fact from claiming a victory and putting themselves in the grand final. Ramberton is able to deny PP Overdose nice and early, so a bit of a misstep coming out from MiTH.Maple in these early stages, but don't take that away from them, as you see Kun has gotten in front of this smoke. Leaf trying to be a bit ambitious as well going through it, but things looking up for Revolution right now. Can still definitely be brought back by MiTH.Maple. Reality on that AWP. Keep an eye out for him right now. And if Niffy goes in towards, Team 80 might be able to put some damage in as well. He's stuck in the middle of no man's land now, and he pays the price.
Much better result here from Revolution now, as they have managed to bring it into a 4-on-2 situation. Make that a 3-on. Now, Revolution cannot afford to throw this one away. As we do see the TTs starting to push in, and Reality is going to get the next kill onto Fog, and all of a sudden we're back to a 2.
Oh my. I told you to keep an eye out for Reality, as he's found a couple of frags. Just Cause 1 as well after a little bit of shenanigans with the USP and the MP9, but in the end it's just a little bit too strong from MiTH.Maple. Thought that round would have gone in the way of Revolution, but nevertheless MiTH.Maple clutch it out. The money is absolutely distraught for Revolution. And MiTH.Maple facing now 1 round away from sending themselves into the grand final.
And if you're Revolution right now, you have to be asking yourselves, how did you lose that round? I think everybody thought for all money that Revolution had that round in the bag, but Maple players just far too strong, coming out with the goods, hitting their shots, and honestly just playing some good solid Counter-Strike, and ultimately they've managed to string in 4 rounds in a row together, and all of a sudden, only 1 round away from winning this map and going through to the grand final.
Yeah, what stands between them now, though, is a couple of rifles and a couple of submachine guns, though one of those rifles already taken out. Reality finding the AWP shot onto JBK. T, very close towards PP Overdose, but I believe that PP Overdose should be finding the kill. No! T, surviving with 4 HP, pretty much count him out of the round unless he can get an AWP or something in his hands or catch somebody off guard. Kun would be able to help out significantly right now if he peeks in toward or out of SL. He'll be able to find Niffy, who did manage to find his way in towards the team main. And just like that, everyone's starting to fall. Just Cause Reality finding a frag apiece, and that is the GG. MiTH.Maple are your victors.